Welcome to Yafqahoo Qawlee. I'm Dr. Arij Khataibe, psychologist and founder of Sparkback. This is episode number 1. Today, we are talking about a kind of strength many women live with quietly, the kind that looks calm, put together, and capable on the outside, but carries a silent pressure on the inside. We will explore how this pressure develops, how it shows up in your body and emotions, and what it might be asking you to understand about yourself, not to fix, but to finally see. This is a kind of strength many women learn very early in life, a strength that knows how to keep going, how to hold things together, how to move forward even when something inside feels heavy. From the outside, this strength looks admirable. From the inside, it often feels quiet, tight, and lonely. This episode is for the woman who functions well, who shows up, handles things, yet senses a silent pressure beneath all of that. Not a breakdown, not exhaustion you can easily name, but a weight that lives in your body, in your breath, in the way you sleep, and in the way you keep going. Even when something inside whispers, this is too much. Let me ask you this question. When I say silent pressure, what comes to your mind? You might remember a moment when you smiled politely while your chest felt tight, or a day when everyone saw you working and coping while inside you were simply surviving. Or maybe you remember a version of yourself who handled everything so well that no one ever thought to ask how she was actually doing. This pressure doesn't announce itself loudly. It doesn't disrupt your life in obvious ways. It settles quietly, it becomes familiar, and because it doesn't look dramatic, it's easy to dismiss it. It doesn't disrupt your life in obvious ways. It settles quietly, it becomes familiar, and because it doesn't look dramatic, it's easy to dismiss it, to normalize it, or to tell yourself that this is just what life looks like when you are strong. Strong women don't become strong by accident. Strength develops slowly. It comes from taking on responsibility early, stepping into roles you didn't really choose, and learning that keeping it together felt safer than speaking honestly. Over time, being strong started to mean something different. It meant holding everything together and staying calm on the outside, even when it was hard. And without really noticing, silence followed. Silent pressure shows up in fine ways, in losing patience faster than usual, in carrying tension in your shoulders even when you are resting, in telling yourself you will deal with it later every day, in crying only when no one can see you, in doing everything right while feeling strangely disconnected from yourself. This isn't a crisis, but it's something your body notices. Many women avoid saying I'm tired, not because they aren't tired, but because tiredness threatens the image they have built. If you are the one who always has it together, the reliable one, the capable one, what happens when you don't? Sometimes the fear isn't about collapsing, it's about who might witness that moment or what that moment will tell them about you. And sometimes saying I'm tired opens doors you are not ready to walk through yet. Questions about needs, limits, and truth that have been postponed for a long time. So silence feels easier, not better, just easier. At some points, though, the pressure becomes harder to ignore. You sense that something feels off even when everything looks fine. You function, but you don't feel present. Your emotional reactions feel sharper. Your body speaks louder than your words. And often, the fear of not being strong becomes greater than the exhaustion itself. This is where we pause. I'm going to leave you here with few questions for you to think about. You don't need to answer them now. You don't need to fix anything. Just notice what comes up when you listen to those questions. Ready? Let's start. When you think of yourself as strong, what does strong actually mean for you? Does it mean being reliable, keeping it together, not needing help, or never failing apart? When did you learn that this is what strength looks like? What does rest represent in your life? Does it feel relief or does it feel uncomfortable, even unsafe? What do you fear might happen if you truly slowed down? What's the worst thing you imagine could happen if you weren't strong for a moment? Not in theory, but emotionally. Who might be disappointed? Who might change? Who might see you differently? Who in your life needs you to stay strong? And who would still stay close if you softened? Who benefits from your strength and who values you beyond it? In what ways your strength helping you right now? And in what ways it might be costing you more than you realize? If your strength is a hard outer layer, what is the softer part underneath it protecting? A fear, a want, a longing for a longing to be held, a part of you that never felt safe or rest. And finally, what do these answers tell you about how you see yourself? About how much permission you give yourself? About what you believe you must be to be accepted? You don't need to resolve these questions today. Noticing them is already a shift because pressure begins to lose when it's finally understood. Strength can protect you. It can give you dignity, structure, and survival. But when it becomes constant, it can also isolate you. It can keep support out. It can make rest feel unsafe. It can turn into a hard cover protecting something much softer inside. Behind every strong external, there is something tender, a fear, a longing, a part of you that learned it wasn't safe or rest. Strength is the armor, softness is the truth. Silent pressure grows when the armor never comes off. This pressure is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It's a sign that something inside you wants to be recognized. It points to the part of you that wants space, the version of you that wants to be understood, the limits you have crossed without noticing, and the woman you might become when you finally allow yourself to breathe. And remember, silent pressure isn't your failure, it's your invitation. Thank you for being here and for listening to the first episode of Yafqahoo Qawlee. If something in this episode felt familiar, if it touched a quiet, tired, or hidden part of you, know that nothing is wrong with you. You are strong, but strength is not measured by how much you carry. It's measured by knowing where your heart needs space, when your body needs rest, and when your silence needs to be heard. Until next time, allow your strength to soften and allow your softness to exist without apology.